Okay, well, it's time to finish our map. First thing we want to do is add a description to our map so that when people select it in community maps, they will actually see a description. For instance, we'll say, we'll write here in localization name map, desk, description, and then we'll describe it. This is a description. This is like, for instance, often what I write is, well, what the scenario, the ID of the map is. So I will write the ID of the map. What is it named? Like, did I disable Gorgu? I will show you how you can disable Gorgu. You want to disable Gorgu, for instance, if you have like a very well defended city and you want to really to be a challenge to the player of taking it out. Because the problem with Gorgu, that is a power of Talia, when she reaches level 6, is that he is like invulnerable and he will just kill everything. And I don't really like it. Only exception that I keep Gorgu available is if the heroes can rebuild a lot and quickly. But let's say in this case that we want him to disable because we think it's a bit cheating. So ID of the map, I say, you start with Talia. I think it's nice to give the player a bit of an idea with which units, with what units they start. If there's a lot of evilness, if there's not a lot of gold, so that they, even though they've never played it, they have a bit of an idea of for what perks they will choose for your map. You start with Talia and some undead heroes and demons. Well, I think, like, let's imagine that gold and evilness is very standard, so which I'm not gonna point that out. And I say Gorgu, you can't summon Gorgu. Gorgu. Save all, very important, otherwise you can't find this text file. So you go to play, like the arrow here, the triangle, play custom game settings, configure game settings. You go a bit down, now you go up, and then map description, you press the circle, you write in your map name, and I found here map name, as you can see here, and the description, name map description, huts, save all. Don't forget to disable Gorgu now. If we said that we would disable it, blocked evil perks will go to open this, and then you see skill, evil perks. So never try to block perks because people can't load your map anymore. You cannot do that. Of course it would have been nice, you really can't do that. Never do that. Only thing that I recommend you considering blocking is this skill, evil perk skill Gorgu. Huts. Now they can't summon Gorgu anymore. Okay, so let's add an image so that people selecting our map in the community maps window, they will see an image of our map. What I always do is I just make a screenshot of something of funny detail. So I put lights on. No, I'm already on. I go to settings and I remove the invisible labels. I toggle play effects. And if I see something that I think is funny of this map, I don't know. Well, in this case I don't have that. Let's just make I know, maybe is there some spot that you're really proud of and you think like, oh, or that actually really describes the map well. I have no idea, so let's make a bad one then. You do your button to make a screenshot. Again, this is a bad one, you will do better. Huts. What I do then is I open paint, which you are not able to see. I do Ctrl V and then right mouse button, yeah, In Dutch it says bijsnijden. What do you say in English? I don't know. Did you cut it correctly or something? I do save as PNG file, and I name it my map name map, and I do 1, and I save it on my desktop. Save, closing point. I click on the file, like the image that I created just now that is on my desktop. Right click it. I say copy path. I go back to Dungeons. I go to modding, images, import image from PNG. I do Ctrl V, and I remove these what you call it? I don't know how you call it, but these things at the end, in the beginning. HUDs, and I say OK. Now it's adding the image, and you see it. I go to next to play custom game settings, configure game settings. I scroll a bit down and I just click here, preview image. I type my map name. This is why I always do my map name in the beginning. Name map 1. Save all, save all. Now we have an image. You can do this way better, making really an original image in any way you like. Get really creative if you like that. And what I really suggest, I'm not gonna explain how Multi-O works because I think that explains itself, but I really suggest using the same map name in Multi-O. If you even want to have Multi-O, like you can also choose not to do that, but if people are gonna search for your map, and by selecting find more maps, then yeah, I think it loses a lot of flair and it doesn't make your map standing out. So just create a Multi-O account. You can actually also log in with your Steam. That's how I do it. Don't save. Don't do the thing that it remembers your login. Just always have that disabled. And then you can add it actually. You can keep adjusting the text. Also, if you would ever choose to upload this again, because you made adjustments, it works actually really easy. You just upload it again. But then in Multi-O you can really add like what you have changed. So what I wanted to show you as well, because I think this will be the last video, is for instance, if you want the player to start with some technology already unlocked, some research already unlocked, you'll do it like this, level design, scripting, you do create, and then I'll go to the right and I name it unlock research. Okay. Gonna add it to the scene. We're gonna string and we say once after 0 seconds. First I thought like, well, why don't I like I tried to do it in the cleanup, but then for some reason it doesn't work. So just create a new script for it. Once after 0 seconds, and then you say force, you write, then force unlock research. For instance, imagine that I want the player, what is something that often happens? Now, imagine that I want the prison to be unlocked from the beginning, because I think it's more fun for the player to be able to gather evilness quicker. And a lot of players don't really want to invest evilness in the undead section. What I know is that is level 3 undead they will have to have, and then 1 level for the prison to unlock the prison. So I need 4. I choose 1, then I click on this, I write res lower underscore. I know, like, because when it is the first time you're gonna do this, you don't know how the research is called, so you will have to scroll down and find the right one. Well, I know it's the undead, so just write undead, and then I have to first unlock the first one, level 1, level 2, level 3. So that's the required levels for the undead. Then I write the rest, and now I have to find the prison. Well, let's just gamble prison. Oh yeah, that is huts. Don't select this one, just stage 1. And you always have to unlock stage 1 first, and then 2 if you want them to start higher. Well, imagine that you want the player to start with a voodoo brew. So you actually want the player to start with a room. Important is that if you give the player the room, it should be unlocked and researched level 1. So for instance, we have to discover like what is actually the requirements for that room. So we just hit play. I press the technology button and I just look up. So the voodoo brew, they need to be level 3 horde. And then I just have to go for this first level. Let's say I want also the basic potions unlocked. Complex is not necessary, but the basic 2. So I need level 4 horde and then level 1. Okay, that is fine. I'm gonna restart. Like pressing the tremor button below exit. So let's add that research. Scripting, unlock research. So what I said was force unlock. Huts 1, 2, 3. So 4 levels on horde, and then 1 level for the simple and 1 level for the complex. Oh, I don't know. So huts, return research. Horde, yeah, that's an easy one to gamble. Huts 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's the potion lodge in the editor, so I just write potion lodge. If you in the beginning you will have to just scroll down a bit, just write res with an underscore, and then you'll see what the things that you can unlock. Potion lodge stage 1, and then we say potion simple stage 1. Save all. Restart. Well, it was an unnecessary restart, but okay, too late. Okay, so let's add the room. Well, I know that a potion lodge, the gimmick itself needs 3 by 3, so a space of 3 by 3. But let's do a 4 by 4 so that there also is some room for the potion bottles, and let's do another 4 by 4. Okay, we go to assets, room. Then you go to the room. Here, under room, you choose a potion lodge. Like in game, it's called voodoo brew. So be aware of that a lot of things in the editor are called differently than it is called in game for the same room. So you will have to figure out a bit. So let's add the potion lodge, tiles. It's already on single player, so that's nice. Let's add that edited. Then we write gimmick. And under gimmick, here under gimmick, that's what you want to be. And there you can place whatever fits this room. So let's say potion lodge. That's 1. Be very aware of the distance. And we set 3 by 3. So if we would place it so close, it's just too close, you actually really see it. It's not always that easy to notice that you're too close. So you will have to be aware of that. Save all, restart. Play. We press like the technology button, and you will see, yes, it is unlocked undead level 3, and the prison is unlocked level 1. And as you can see, it needed level 3 undead to be able to unlock it. Here, this all works. And the reason why you would unlock technology is that in some cases you think, well, let's just make it a bit different, this map for them. Or maybe you are testing your map and it is still too difficult, and instead of changing the difficulty, maybe you just want to give the player more. Be careful with making too many rooms for players. A lot of players don't like pre-made rooms. In my, like, at least that's what I think. If everything is like exactly as you think that you like, that you want it, like the gold is really well spread, combat teams are set, like you're checking everything, right? You think, yeah, you like how it looks, like this map is absolutely not done, of course, in every way. But imagine that it is. I recommend like not uploading it yet. If you want to upload it anyways, you go to modding and then upload. There you don't write a summary. You can write a description if it is short, but I actually suggest to do that always with like Motio, within the Motio. But if you don't want to create an account for Motio, then yes, then you can choose to write something here as a description. I suggest using the same description as the description of the level of the map. Well, what is nice is that actually, if you have done that, as you can see yourself, it will copy that description and automatically put it in here. The problem is in Motio, if your line is too long, like if it would be like this, it will be cut off. So that's why I always suggest to use Motio for everything that you want to play to see in the find more maps, like in the Motio that they get in game. What I do suggest, instead of uploading it, is just playing it yourself, but please don't play it within a map editor. That is just, if you really want to test play it correctly, just play it as a player would play it. So just go to main menu, find your map, here there's our map, the description, ID of the map. You start with Tanya and summon that heroes and demons. You can summon Gorgu. Let's say that we want to play it extreme difficult with lots of resources, dark elves unlocked, and we press play. Choose the perks, whatever. So as you can see, the start resources work, and then you would actually be playing it. And I don't feel like playing it, of course, myself, but that, like, what I really suggest is try to beat your own map on difficulty that you know you can beat it. And because there's so many mistakes that you will discover that way, and you can save the other people from encountering those mistakes if you just play through your own maps really well. But maybe like you are really very aware of what you're doing and you don't make mistakes. Of course, you can choose not to do that. Just use super orcs to test if your map is beatable. Let's do that. Yeah, so let's say that we don't want to test run it normally. We just want to know if the player actually wins. So I think an easy way to doing that is cheats. Some super orcs at every camp or city. Play.